Hello everyone, Attack Power here with Game 1 between Stan the Man and Soap in the Steel Division 2 League. Let's dive right in here to Kostritsa. And on the left, in the red, we have Soap playing 84th Strelki on Maverick Income. And on the right, in the blue, we have Stan the Man playing Group Dody on Balanced Income. So Soap and Stan are both in my group for League, so this is both casting and research for me. I have a matchup against Soap coming up here soon, and at some point, got to play the Stan, the man himself. But let's dive in here. 84 Strelki, probably, I would say, the strongest Soviet division right now. It's just really well-rounded. It has basically all the best tools that the Soviets can offer, a lot of their best infantry as well. Yeah, it's a good division with very, very few weaknesses. And there's not many Soviet divisions that can say that. The recon tab, not much here, but snipers are snipers, and they're always nice to have. He's just got both of them in A, surprising. Usually I would just go AB, especially with the Maverick deck. But infantry tab, it's standard Soviet infantry, but then you get Saporidox and Strafniki as well. So you get a card of each of those, along with plenty of Gavardi DP, and now the buffed up Avtos, which he's only bringing a card in A. I almost feel like I don't even know these days. Well, I guess the A makes sense that buffs up his early CQC. I almost consider taking out Sapority these days for Avtos. I just find Avtos to be so strong, and their availability is really nice. The tank tab, limited, but it does have fine tools. You get T-34Es, which come in a nice high availability, and then the IS-2s. The support tab, phenomenal. You get all the good Russian goodies with the 50mm mortar, Maxim OB-25s, and then the ISU-152, the terror of the universe of the Soviets there. AT tab, a little lacking. You just get Zis-3s and 45 mils, and he's taking the PTRS. I feel like maybe there's a Panda Shrek in this, but I'm probably wrong. But Soap is a very aggressive player, so I'm not surprised to see him playing this aggressive build. The A tab, solid. You get 37 mils and 85 mils, both of which are not phenomenal, but in combination can do fine work. The RD tab, you do get 122s, which is one of the better Russian RD pieces, and then he's bringing the yucky 203 off map, which is a solid off map. If we're rating off maps, it's a good one. The air tab, it's fine. You get IL-2 37s, which have the AT guns, which is really nice. The P3 is a good fighter bomber that can definitely do some good work. On the other side, Group Dody here. Yeah, we just saw it in my match against Yapasa. I mean, I think I'm starting to feel this division needs to be included in the auto ban list. Just based on my experience against it, we'll see how it fares against Soap here today. The recon tab, again, very, very strong. You get lots of snipers. We see both cards of the sniper units, and then we're seeing the M8s and the Stuarts as well. Those seem to be like the standard 4 for this division. I feel like if you're building this division, those 4 cards you kind of need in the recon tab, or at least it appears that those are like the ones you almost should definitely be taking. The infantry tab, obviously the highlight of this division, is absolutely phenomenal. You get the AB rifles, the Gumiers, you get Sapeurs. He's bringing those as well, the Gumiers PM. So he's bringing both of those cards in A. And then more AB rifles in B. He's bringing the Partigiani, which are wonderful CQC Italian units. Another card of leaders there. I'm assuming those leaders probably have snipers and stuff. It's probably a big chunky unit. And then the Montagnards in A and B and C, with the Montagnard BAR in C phase. So the non-sniper one, the one with the bazooka and the double BAR. The tank tab, not much to do with it. You bring the Stuarts, you bring the M10s, and that's about it. Support tab, solid here. You get the 105s. He's bringing those in B, so you get 6 of them. And then the Obesieurs as well for a little bit more support, along with the M19, kind of 17. Kind of surprising. Oh, no, the 50 cals in B phase. That makes more sense now. AT tab, he's not bringing the 37 mils, but against Soap's deck, I understand that. M10s, Pack 40, and the 57 mil. AA tab, 40 mils and 25 mils, wonderful. RD tab, she's bringing the 81s and the 105s. No big Obesieurs, kind of surprising. And the air tab, P47s, and he's bringing those P61 Black Widows in here. So TU2F coming in. I mean, it's a nice recon. I think it's 45 points. 60 now. They buffed, made it, nerfed it, I guess, technically. Very good. And freaking Stan with these cheap recon bombers. I tried using this unit, and it was kind of a meme. Not kind of. It was a complete meme. This literally did, like, nothing at all. They're like 9 kilograms. Is that what it is? Yeah. Note that, like, generally in this game, the smallest bomb is a 50-kilogram bomb. So to have one that is 1/5 the size is kind of hilarious. So Soap getting really far up here with his PTRS. This might be in a dangerous spot, but Stan actually sending no troops down this road, which is really abnormal. All these infantry going to deploy pretty safely here. Will not get caught by any of those PTRSs or anything. M8 going to find that PTRS. It's not going to have the opportunity here, it looks like, to hit this M8, which would have been a good use for it. TU2F going to get forced off here by the 25 mil. Like I said, great unit there. And Soap deploying a lot of troops up north. Not a big fan of that, to be honest with you. There's nothing for him to get. This is always my thing with Red going hard over here. There's nothing to capture. I mean, it's all the way over here. That's a long way off. Like, there's this open ground. It's very hard to get through there. I really feel like Red should generally pile into the south where this flag's very capturable. But instead, it's Stan who's got the triple star going on here. These Gumier PMs are double star to start, so the one bonus of that infantry does it. And look at that freaking OB-25 heat shell at near maximum range and doesn't miss, because this thing has way higher percent than 25%. I feel like Soviet weapons in this game are actually secretly accuracy nerfed to the moon. I have no proof, but by God, every time I see Soviet play, their weapons that have terrible accuracy seem to land a ton of first shots. And you know what? Soviets need it. That's fine. Fine. I would love for the ISU 152 not to have that, but for all these other units, absolutely. Give the OB-25 all the accuracy in the world, fine. Soviets suffer right now. They really do. I mean, the AVTO buff was huge. The PP Shaw buff was massive for them. They needed it desperately. But their line infantry, like the Gvardias and the Strelki and stuff, they're still a struggle boat. And compared to like these new allied divisions with their disgusting levels of infantry, and even the new Axis divisions with their infantry, which are good, not disgusting level like the Allies are, really can smack around the Soviets pretty hard. So 57 gun. This does have HE. This PTRS getting slapped around here. And Soap a little slow on the micro, and against Stan the Man, who is a very, very competent player. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised he's in Division 2. I'm not actually really sure why he is. Did he really do the worst last season? That seems shocking to me, honestly. So the rocket gun here being really good. This is like the perfect place for the Gumier PM. Like this is it. Like, this is the moment for this freaking rocket gun. Because the problem with this thing is it doesn't fire within 100-meter range. So, like, it doesn't work at CQC, which is really, like, obnoxious, actually. 50mm mortar needs to get moved or it will die to that 81mm mortar. Soap has not responded again. I'm not sure where his micro focus is, because I feel like he's letting a lot of things go here. So 25mm actually stops the IL-2. P-47 going to get on the back of that here. Can easily shoot it down unless the 37mm can stop it. 37mm is on target. It does get an engine damage crit, which immediately pulls off that P-47. We'll take it down. That would be huge to take that P-47 down. There are two of those in A, though. And I doubt one 37mm will take down a P-47. Although, I mean, it's getting the smoke. If this had been one vet, I probably would have got that kill. So Soap actually capping a flag here. Really impressive. Like I said, I just don't usually think this is a good area to push, but Stan under-deployed here, and Soap took advantage of it. Like, did not wait. So kudos to him. Usually I would root for the balanced player, but it's Stan, so I don't root for Stan. Sorry, Stan. You know you're my, like, secret rival of this game. So the Avtos doing what they do and beating up the Gumiers. Something still died, though, I think. I'm not a big fan of the normal Gumiers. I just don't think they're that amazing. They're big, chunky infantry, and they can last a long time. I will definitely give them that. But I don't know. It's just not that exciting. It's just a lot of rifles. So if Soap can keep using these 50mm mortars well, they can easily win all combat, essentially. So the recon in the tower is allowing Stan to see this 37mm, and that's why these mortars are actually falling well. They're falling accurately despite the fact Soap is actually moving them. This Lysander, though, giving all those information, you really can't give Stan recon planes. He just does so much damage with them. But again, a really impressive push here by Soap, getting all of this, capturing all this area here. Saperty going to get their grenades off. The 50mm mortar hitting his own troops, kind of weird. And the Saperty don't get their grenade off? Huh. That was weird. I kind of missed exactly what happened in that interaction, that did not occur. Zis-3 doing the arty job to try to kill this 81mm mortar, which happens to be out of ammo. Now, obviously, it could get reloaded at any point, but That's not... I don't hate that play. I always forget that this 3 can be used that way. I honestly never think about it. Obasir goes down to the 45 mil, so nice little call in there to get that kill. Soap's still on the 14-10. He does need to be aggressive. He's on Maverick Income. 4 minutes left here in A. Definitely needs some more Avtos in these deep green trees if he's going to fight off these incoming troops. The Sappers match up well against the Avtos, though. Combat in. So Soap going for an early leader. Sapri Komroti missed their order at the beginning, it appears, and that's definitely hurting him in the veterancy department. He could be, you know, getting these dudes pumped up. Another 37 mil in, going to force off that Lysander. These infantry getting forced off, and that flag will be lost here momentarily. Soap's still on a 13-11, but is now losing his hold in this forest here. Yeah, needs some reinforcements if he's planning to make any more progress. 45 mil went down to the Eclairs and the M19. As another 81 mil mortar is coming in. This one survived the Zis-3 poking. Sapri do get their grenade off, though, on the Gumieres. Oh, just kidding. They got it off in the Sappers. Then how did... Oh, the 50 mil mortar. The 50 mil mortar. Doing what it does. Agne Machiki goes down to the AB rifles. Doesn't look like it really got a shot off. And Soap's push here getting squashed. And again, this is my issue with this. It's just you have to overextend really far to capture these flags, while instead you could push the town, grab this flag... you know, relatively unextended. You can push here, not really far to get a flag. It just feels like this northern push is so much effort to get only 2 flags. Like, you're not even getting the 15-9. Like, if there was, like, a flag here, and a flag here, and a flag here, I'd be like, all right, crush the north, get 3 flags, get your 15-9. That makes sense. But for only 2 flags, I feel like red side, it's just hard on this map. Blue side, it's so much easier. Capturing this flag is very realistic. You know, capturing this flag, also realistic. Clear out the forest, flag is yours. Pushing this flag, realistic from this forest. It's right, nice and tight. Only down south is not realistic to push, you know, because you're basically going on open ground and it's easy to defend that. Maxim goes down, and the flag's going to go down here for Stan, and he's going to get an early 13-11. Definitely not good for the Maverick player. 37 mil goes down. That's really bad for Soap. Now, of course, Soap has not gotten his actual, like, income bonus. Yes, he has 5 extra points. It's not to say that isn't anything, but that's really, like, not what matters here. It's not what matters at all. We do see some reinforcements finally coming in. 37 mil, I mean, excuse me, is this 3 trying to do some arty work? This, I'm not a huge fan of. Sappers do have a bazooka, though, so if Soap is not careful, he is being careful, all right. So he might dodge the bazooka of the Sappers. It looks like he may. Stan currently on a 13-11. 45 mil in position. APCR is off. Very nice there. But the Eclairs are there with their snipers. Because why doesn't every unit need a sniper, right? Now the 81 mil mortar back. Oh, no, another one. He just called in a third one. So there are 3 81 mil mortars. Stan building up his arty, which is really bad because it implies that Soap is not killing enough stuff to really be, like, being efficient. And Group Dody is not a super cheap division in terms of, like, infantry and stuff. 25 points is your cheapest infantry unit here, at least in Stan's build. It's the cheapest infantry unit is 25 points. Tu2F going to go down to the P39, but if he can take the P39 with him over the 37 mil, that would be pretty huge. IL-2 takes out the Obasir M8 there. Will he get this kill on the P39? Nope, just comes up short. Heard a rocket somewhere. There it is, P47, hitting those infantry hard. Ouch. They did unload successfully. P47 should get out. This unvetted 37 mil really cramping his style. He really, if possible, yeah, it's definitely possible. He should move the combat back to here so that this can get the 2 stars and actually be effective. Avtos versus Gumirs. Actually, I would actually put this fight for the Avtos usually, but the big difference in veterancy here probably going to make it the Gumirs, along, of course, with the second unit coming in now. But you can see, I mean, this Avto, if it was triple star, would be winning. Would have won this. That's how good Avtos are now. Like, I'm a big believer in Avtos at the moment. They're huge availability, they're really strong, and they're 25 points. This IL-2 needs to be called off. Soap hasn't noticed, I guess. And his northern position now crumbling quickly. The 50 mil mortar trying to stop these infantry from pushing forward, but they are pushing. And they're going to get there, and there's nothing coming to stop it. We're now into B phase, though, so the question is, can Soap take advantage of his massive income advantage? Take advantage of his massive income advantage. Yeah, that was a sentence right there. IS-2 coming in. Okay, going right for it. I mean, there is nothing in Group Dody that can kill this until C phase with the P61s. And I'm going to be honest, those P61s suck. They're really fast and the resilience is awesome. That part's great. But the actual rockets suck. Like, they don't kill things in one shot, which really blows. Like, any rocket plane that doesn't kill in one run, to me, is kind of garbage. I do not have time to be calling in a plane twice to kill one single unit. No, it's too many points. I had no time for that. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of those. I wanted to love the Black Widow. I mean, it's a cool name and it's a cool plane, but the whole like AT rockets don't kill a something in one shot. Nah, that kills it for me immediately. So we're finally seeing some veterancy here for Soap. That's definitely what he needs to start countering some of these high vet infantry that Stan has called in. Stan is a very good player. Like, he can suffer to have double vet in A phase, like tons of double vet in A phase. And the argument for double vet in A phase is your balance, so you don't have as many points to call things in. And you need the extra veterancy to survive the A phase attack, is essentially the argument for making double vet units. I wouldn't, for the average player, tell you to do this, because A phase, you know, you're already down on troops and stuff, and most of us can't micros as well as Stan to keep these double vet troops alive. So it just kind of is. So Stan on the 15-9 in B phase. That's rough. I'm sorry, Soap. I truly am. I know this experience all too well. I truly do. Gumir's just out of rocket gun range, and the Sapperty Dogs are going to try to get into the woods, and if they do with these AFTOs, they will clear this out easy. But Stan has easily captured this flag. No, not easily, but has now completely captured that flag. IS-2 now in position. I mean, this is where it needs to be. Can it land its first shot? No. The secret Soviet accuracy buff coming short. And one gun coming in as well. Mortar's getting reloaded. 37 mil got moved so it can keep targeting this freaking Lysander. How many of those does he have? 4 of them. This one might go down. It flew directly into it. But these unvetted 37 mils really not doing the job. But it looks like they will stop the P-47 from a direct bombing. So Stan going to use some smoke to cut off this IS-2, and that's how you do it. I mean, you could basically blank it by smoking it constantly. Or anytime you need to make an actual move, you just throw down some smoke and do your thing. So the Gumiers were wiped out there. The AFTOs going to be worthless here. Sapperty Rocks are pretty well armed themselves, but 3-on-1 ain't going to be a good time. Strafniki moving in. They should be able to kill this Obasier. It's got 50mm armor, but what's the side armor? Very weak, so definitely killable. These guys have 35mm of penetration. I forgot the yellow one is here. Forgot they have it. So 50mm mortar taking a pot shot at these infantry. Now the IS-2 forward to support. There's a sniper in and now a T-34 along with more infantry coming. Yeah, he's got to clear this out, but Stan is doubling down on his defenses here. And now the Arty coming hard on the 37mm. We do see 2 105s, so Stan has a ton of artillery going on here. Is that a Zis-3 just poking back? No, it's Su-76. Off-map for Soap, not a fan of this at all. I mean, off-map on this map is very strong. You, like, drop it here, it covers half the freaking area. You could drop it here, it covers the entire town. It can be very strong, but I'm still not a fan of sinking 170 points into this. He needs things on the map. He needs, like, fighting units. 57mm, finding that T-34. It's going to go down here any second. Oh, down it goes. Oof. And the 57mm, is it going to survive on top of it all? This force is getting broken down. Smoke just constantly coming down here as Stan tries to blank this IS-2 successfully. Patigiani coming in. I mean, these do stack up all right against the AFTOs because they have mollies. Good old Molly Tov definitely does quite well. The Montagnards with their snipers. Yes. Yes, because every unit needs a sniper. Again, I used to love snipers when they were unique, like when units with a sniper were really unique. There was a day way back when the only unit that was in the infantry tab that had a sniper was the Granatieri out of 5th Cav, actually, funny enough. And now they don't even have a sniper. And every other freaking infantry unit does. The irony is not lost upon me. Oh, sad. Fifth Cav suffers. Joking. I'm joking before everyone hops in the comments and like loses it. 59 now for Stan. This is not going very well for Soap. Obviously, the Maverick player losing to the Balance player in B phase is a bad sign. But technically, Soap is nowhere near his ultimate power yet. As his infantry now, triple star coming in. These Avtos in a very unfortunate spot. They are doing nothing and dying. P-47 getting forced off. The 203 comes down. Can it kill the leader like it usually does? This was an odd drop, honestly, here. I mean, he's got these units here that he needs to clear out to get his flag back, so it seems a little weird. This IS-2 continue to do work. This really probably should have been an ISU-152. I'm not sure what the point of the IS-2 was. It's Group Dody. It's infantry. It's not tanks. And this is an anti-tank unit. So this was... I don't agree with this call by Soap. He could have called in something that cost almost half as much. And it would have been wiping out these infantry instead of just shooting them a whole bunch. And I'm not saying it's not doing any damage, but like this would have just lost 4 or 5 units instead. And basically have been dead. So, yeah, not a fan of those choices. But, Sapri Komorotsi go down to the Pagiani. Big mistake there, losing all of his beautiful veterancy. Oh, that was a oopsie there. That was a big oopsie. But he did recapture his flag now. 13 levies. Now captured this one back. Needs to clear... Oh, another T-34 down. He's letting this 57 mil just do everything to him. Oh, and not the fun everything. At 276 getting counter-batteried by the 105s here. They do have a leader on them as well, so Stan taking advantage of that dispersion improvement. T-34 does make a breakthrough here. Off-map finally does kill the Gumier leader. Told you. It'll find it. It's magical ability. Big hit. Oh, and the Beauforts goes down to the off-map. So that off-map actually killing some units? It didn't pay itself off by no means, but it did do something. Bombs come in, miss the 57 mil. That thing cannot die. P-39 coming in. IL-2 retreating a little too late. I'm not sure if these 37 mils are up for the challenge, especially with this one out of position. Yeah, this one is very out of position. It needs to be moved somewhere. But Stan now making a push down south. The OB-25, the only thing to save the day right now. And now the 81 mortar immediately on top of that with radio. Which means this OB-25 probably dead. P-3 coming in, though. The 25 mil shouldn't be able to stop it, so it should do it. Although it looks like Soap ground attacked and then missed completely. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Strafniki in the woods, not exactly the thing you want fighting this shock unit here. This flag recaptured, so back on the 1311. So the Maverick income starting to show here. But Stan pushing in hard. 203 has apparently been used up. Otherwise, I assume it would not be standing here. I would be in legitimate shock if he was not used up and standing there. So some infantry in to save the day. OB-25 still alive, actually. Can this thing reach? No, it's just out of range of that. Well, 57 mil. Pack 40 now in to cover this road. IS-2, ooh, getting dangerously close. This and the Black Widow, I mean, technically this really struggles to kill the IS-2, but it can if the IS-2 drives up next to it. Then yes, it absolutely can. Eclair skews here. More snipers. Anyone with mortars? Oh, going after the Zis-3 now. But Soap happened to move that up just at the right time. I'm not sure if that was a quinky-dink or... So the IS-2 takes a penetration. This flag finally getting cleared off. IS-2 on the run now. Pack 40 takes a hit, but it's not much. Again, an ISU would have just been so much better. Like, so much. He could have, like, cleared off this entire area already. But so, back to a 1410. Kills off a Beaufort again. So that's 2 Beauforts killed, actually. That's pretty good. Could open the air up for his IL-2s to do some stuff. T-34 blasting forward here. No leader in. This Pargiani holding on because it's a Raider trait. And so, making some good progress. Honestly. This 203 is actually still alive. Okay. Amazing. Honestly. Not even sure how. Infantry with the T-34 trying to hold off these piles of infantry, and they will succeed with the OB-25 is there as well. These triple star monsters finally getting forced back. 105s going after the Zis-3. The Su-76 was killed, And finally, we see an ISU 152. This, again, this could easily crack the middle open. But now we are in C phase, and Soap is down on flags. Down on tickets. Currently up on flags, but the T-34 is going down to the M10s and the 57 mils. Can't be losing those, honestly. Sapperty Dogs should be able to crush these eclairs here. And the off-map going to hit hard. Was that a second 203, actually? That is a second 203. I don't approve. That is not attack power approved at all. Yeah, that is a big waste of points, in my opinion. The first one did very little. The second one, maybe it'll do more here, but he's not even following it up. I mean, the T-34 is not following it up. The 57 mil probably going to kill this Gavardia before it unloads. Yep. Oof. Yeah, Soap letting Stan get too many easy kills here. As these 81 Memorials just tearing him apart. P-47 does get through. I lied. Just kidding. He blew up something here. Probably some infantry that were pushing forward. Soap's still in a 1311. There's no difference between the 1410 and 1311, just other than the fact it's closer to a 15-9. Sapperty Dog's going to get overwhelmed here. Off-map coming in here. Not a bad choice, but again, if nothing's here to follow it up, it's not going to do much. And Soap has sunk 340 points into these off-maps. And really has not taken advantage of the momentum that they create. If he had 340 points more infantry on the map, he might be smacking Stan around right now, honestly. That is the risk of the off-map, is you're putting a lot of points into a unit that doesn't fight at all. And you're hoping the one time it does something, it does a lot. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure on that poor off-map. No, off-map can go die. So off-map coming. It's doing some damage. I'm not going to say it's not. And we see a fast move of the off-map to try to cap any units on the edge. And if this M10 wasn't here, the funny thing is this would work, actually. It's flying. Argiani go down. Montagnards don't get surrendered? What? This is not in range. Okay, that was a little strange. Did he not see him? He must not have seen him, but the off-map has a recon trait, doesn't it? I'm really not sure. But anyway, okay, Sapperty Dogs going into the woods. Strafniki also going into the woods. I wouldn't strongly suggest that, but ISU 152 getting very close. I don't know why. He finally has this super long range unit for the middle, and he's bringing it in right up. Okay, Air Force attack, go. 181 mortar down. AB dying. IL-2 goes down to the P-39. Black Widow does get its rockets off. The second one, wait, one does, the other doesn't. The ISU is still alive because, again, Black Widows actually aren't very good in terms of damage. These AB rifles caught out. That huge airstrike did take out one of the 81 mortars. Stope's still on 1311. That was probably basically the last of his Maverick income left over there. Another PE-3 goes down, so that's a lot of his Air Force dying. Now it's back to a 12-12. But Soap is in the town. He has gotten in there. AB Rifle's going after his T-34, though. I don't think he noticed it. And now... No, just kidding. The Sapperty Komroti gets spotted by the AB Rifles. The Rifle's going down. Here comes the Black Widow again. 37 mil is double star now and does stop the Black Widow. I think these things have very good resilience. I can't remember. But Soap making progress in the center. And this is honestly what he probably should have done from the get-go. ISU right here or right here. And just clear this out and push forward and try to go after this flag. Again, I know I ain't hating on the way Soap's played. Like, let me be clear about this. We all saw me make some really horrendously stupid decisions during my match. It happens. It happens. Believe me. But Soap is making progress. I mean, if you actually look, Stan's pretty weak here in the center. These units are all pretty weakened. But the thing that we don't see here is Stan's got a huge Air Force. He's got this P-47. He's got 2 to 3 Black Widows. He's got fighters, the P-39s. So he's got a ton of air. Wow, what? How did this thing not die to the Sapperty? What? Soap had a 15-9 for a second there. If he could have cleared this out successfully, then he would have a 15-9. But anyway, Stan has a huge Air Force, and he's got an arty battery going on, and we're now into C phase, and he's about to even up the income. But I will say, when you actually look at it, I mean, Soap's doing all right. But we also have to consider this is at the end of his Maverick advantage, which means technically he's called in a lot more troops than Stan, so the fact they have almost even numbers is, you know, not a great sign in terms of trades. But again, I just think he took way too long to call in this ISU 152 and start smacking around with that thing. Sappity, is it in the building? Yeah, then how's he getting spotted? What is spotting this? What magician magic getting it? What? Whatever. Pargiani. Oh no. Oh no. Combat. Okay, so he does notice. He's making a run for it. P-47. Oh, gets in and kills the Strapniki. Oof. As the Pargiani are through, Gavardi DP trying to move in to save the day. Zis 3 getting caught out. Oh! Oh, the RNG! Oh, no! That was so unfortunate. And here comes a P-39 blob on the 37 mil. Wow, look at Stan taking advantage of that. 37 mils are, again, extreme. Oh, well, once again, Soap has this in a really bad spot. They just don't. They're just meh. They're extremely meh. They're not bad, but they're also just not good either. And now the IS-2 probably going to die to this blob of Black Widows. Let's watch it go. Goodbye. Nope, it's still alive. Black Widows, honestly, really kind of suck. Wow, these are bad. Like, I'd said it before, and I was like, wasn't convinced of myself, but my goodness. I kind of thought with all the hype around that unit and it costing 135 points that it would be like a actual killer. And it's just incredibly lackluster. Yeah, I get it has high resilience. I understand that's why it's expensive, but ugh, its killing power is horrendous. So I'm about to lose another unit in the transport. Should be able to take out this Pack 40. Yeah, down it goes. Is holding off the force up north. Soap's still on 13-11. About to surpass Stan, but he's got a long way to go. 20 minutes is most of the rest of the match. T-34 going to go down here to the M10 any second. I don't think Soap's watching. The South has been very quiet, so yeah, it will eventually die here. Zis 3 goes down. Partagia. What does he do? Why is the combat back here again? Oh no! Why has Soap chosen to do this? I don't understand. The Gavardia coming in. Pargiani are out of Molotovs, but they have Berettas and other very dangerous weapons that kill things at close range. But the Gavardia will actually win this out. Black Widow still can't do what it's supposed to do. Now there's enough AA. Sapperty Dogs get caught down or getting wiped out here by the Montagnards. IS-2 out of ammo. ISU 152 not in the right position here to help out. Studebaker Snap coming in. I always say Snap. It's ammo. But I always say Studebaker Snap. I don't know why. Snap. It's ammo. I mean, Soap's holding on, but things aren't getting better for him. Let's be clear about that. ISU 152 moving into the correct position now. Needs to save his 37 mil, like, badly. IS-2 goes down to the Arty strike now. That Arty taking its toll, but the mortars are dead. This Gavardi DP in an odd spot. He could put it like right here and it could participate in the fighting. The mortars down here are still doing lots of damage. The 105s are good, actually. They're not like the Axis ones that are absolute shysta. These actually fired an okay rate of fire. Now the Lysander's coming back in. Stan feeling strong with his air position. Gavardi go down. The sniper is just, yeah, this leader is chunky and does have a sniper and a bazooka. Soap's still on a 13-11. Down the 37 mil goes. Yeah, I don't think Soap can be suffering to lose these at this point in the game. He doesn't have the points to replace them while fighting off everything else. The 105s are now in too, and those will absolutely cream that thing. Down the Sapperty Ox goes. Will this die? It shouldn't. It's retreating. Oh, it takes a big hit, though. T-34 finally goes down to the Black Widow. Montagnards with the BAR coming in. They can't beat the Sapperty at close range, but they can certainly beat it at long range. Now we're seeing still some triple veterancy from those AB rifles. They came in double vetted. Did Stan bring Commander? No, he didn't. Stan just believes in bringing his units in nice and vetted on their own. This 3 down south could try to kill that M10. I would assume that's what it's there for. P-47 coming in for another big boomy strike. That Kavardi DP undefended. 37 mils all got killed. And the, oh my goodness, the howitzers. Oh my goodness. Oh, the Kavardi DP is just a limited delete. Delete, 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 delete. And now Stan getting back into the woods here. AB rifles, though. So they're not nearly as dangerous as many of the CQC options that Stan has to choose from. Although I think Stan used up a lot of his Partigiani already. They're probably almost out. Black Widow coming in. I almost feel like the bomber is probably way better. I tried to zoom in on it. Oh my goodness, yes. Wow, that is so much better. I would just not bring the... I feel like you have to bring the AT rocket plane because, like, it just makes sense to, because you need it in this deck, but it's just so bad. Wow, P3 failed hard there. 25 mil might get it. I don't even know. It's 25 mil. It's only one vet. Should get away, I would think. Oh, there's a second one. I lied. And the P39 is getting back on it. P3 is pretty quick, though. P39 is not that fast. 37 mil. Oop, Kavardi DP goes down. And Soap Center now collapsing. P39 did not catch that. And now Soap's Stan's fresh push down south. Partigiani's and Montagnards getting lots of progress here. M10 did go down, but the ZIS-3 is not enough to hold all of that up. Yak 1B suddenly in? Yeah, it was an odd choice at this point, especially with the AA that he knows is deployed here by Stan. And the Yak 1B goes down immediately. Yaks really suck. Like, they're just generally not very good. They're not that fast. They're not well armed. They're poorly armed all across the board, and most of them are pretty slow. There are some faster ones, but for how weakly they are armed, they're just not very good. Like, at least the ME-109s, like G4s and, you know, the not G6, R6, like, not the heavy fighters, they're at least fast. Like, they're very fast. They're poorly armed, but they're at least very fast. The Yaks are basically nothing. They're neither. This poor Kavardi DP. What chance does he have? None. And he's just going to get zooked. Oh, that's unfortunate. M10 does go down to this 45 mil. 45 mils are so great. Like, they are. They just overperform so much for their price. And 15.9 now for Stan. The Black Widow bomber really impressed me. The Black Widow AT plane really confirmed my feelings about it in this match. But yeah, I don't think Group Dody is a division you can leave open. Oh my god. Holy crap. Yeah, this goes on the list of auto bans Men of Steel divisions. Essentially, every allied division except Brony Rana has to be banned. Is basically the conclusion I'm coming to. First SSB, first Air Force, and this Group Dody. On any map that is not Slutsk, essentially Slutsk would be the only map, like Slutsk, West, East. Those would be the only maps I would feel semi-comfortable not banning every single one of those. But yes, unfortunately, Soap going down here, 34 minutes and 32 seconds. Well played there by Stan. And well played by Soap. He was making progress, but we could see the difference in KD here, 2,045 to 4,140. Yeah. That. It's tough. It's tough. I feel like Stan should be a Division 1 player. I'm not sure what he's doing in Division 2, to be perfectly frank about it. I don't know if this was a weird he didn't fit somehow. I have questions. But anyway, well played to both players. If you guys enjoyed that, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and consider checking out that Patreon down below to support the channel. And thank you to all my current and past Patreons. You really help make this happen. Thanks a bunch, and have a fantastic day.